Hello everybody, welcome to Voice Support Consultancy, and today we want to show you how we can grow Nigeria with Naira and why the country doesn't necessarily need the US dollars. And first we're going to start with an illustration of the Nigerian map. So right here, I remember when I was writing my WAEC, the geography exam, we used thread and rulers to find the distance. I think that's fair a little bit. Just help me manage that. This is River Benue, River Niger. Now, mentioning the regions, southeast here, we have the southeast, here we have the south, and here we have the southwest. Okay, and up here we have the north. Okay, we have the north up here. Now, I'm going to look at the economic capabilities of each region, and we're doing that right away. So let's start with the southeast. In the southeast, we have Enosin manufacturing, IVM. We have Airpeace. Okay. We have oil palm plantation, massive oil palm plantation. We have some states in the southeast, they actually have oil and gas. Okay, we also have arable farming in the southeast. We have arable farming. We have Nollywood. Okay, we have Nollywood, and we have Afrobeats. Okay, so let's keep it like that. We'll look at the north. What do we have in the north? So checking out the north, we figure that the north have cows and goats industry, farming industry, animal husbandry. They have cotton industry. Okay, and they also have beans, staple food, beans, onions, pepper, and all of that. Now coming to southwest, what do we have in the southwest? This is southwest. We have Dangote refinery. In the southwest, Dangote refinery. Okay, we have tech companies, CC Hub, Flutterwave. We have Glow. We also have arable farming here. We have Nollywood, and we also have Afrobeats. Okay. Now let's look at south. In the south, there is massive oil and gas industry. Yeah. We have fishery industry. We have a lot of coastal lines, coastal ways here. All right. Now, I'm going to mention two laws. The first law is the law of number one. So it's the law of comparative cost advantage. Okay, this is in economics, from economics. I learned this as far back as 2004, 2005, comparative cost advantage. Okay, and the law says that, let's say, this is a whole Nigeria, yeah? And Nigeria, per year, we need 50 cars to be produced to satisfy the whole population. It's just hypothetical, okay? It's not real. Let's just say it's 50 vehicles. Now, economically, if let's say the north is the one producing the vehicles, and they will produce 50 cars for 100 Naira, okay? It's in the north. Now, in the same way, if you brought that vehicle to south, okay, this is what capitalists do. This is what businesses do. Okay, in the south, the same 50 cars. Let's say it would take the same quality, the same production, the same specification, all functionalities the same, equal. It would take 35 Naira to produce these 50 cars. Now, this law says you should dwell on your strength. Nigeria as a country, you'd rather be producing cars in the south than producing those cars in the north. Okay. Now, what that means is, since agriculture is more, although, yeah, all the regions of Nigeria, we do agriculture right there, yeah, We do agriculture right there. There is agriculture in the southwest, there's agriculture in the southeast, So we do agriculture in all these areas, but it is more predominant in the north. So for Nigeria, it is better we focus the strength on the north. Okay, we have pro force as well. I forgot to mention that. So we have pro force in the southwest. So the law says that it is better for Nigeria to produce those vehicles in the north, in the south rather, and send them to the north. All right. So that's law of comparative cost advantage. Now, for tech, for vehicles, since we have economies in the southwest, we have pro force. We have pro force in the southwest. We have economies in the southeast. It's better if you need vehicles in the north, maybe northwest, maybe northeast, maybe north central, anywhere. It's more economically sensible to produce these things in the southwest and in the southeast and send them to the north. So same thing for the north as well. Since it is cows and goats, animal husbandry makes more sense in the north. Growing beans makes more sense in the north. Onions and pepper, all of that, because it's cheaper and because they have large land mass. Okay, it's better to do all these things, to produce all these things in the north and send them here. Okay, now I'm going to mention one other law, which is Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. So this is Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. Now at the top of it is self-actualization. So in reality, what this law says is just categorizing people's needs. Because some people, once they have food, once they have shelter, once they have water, once they have security, they are fine. People can go about their day. There are some people who, like, after that, they want something more bigger. Like they want to start a business, they want to be in one position, they want to be popular, they want to be a musician, they want to travel the world. Now that's self-actualization, So people around here, we can call somebody like Flavor, Flavor, the musician from the southeast. We can call Ashake, we can call Elon Musk, we can call Dangote. Okay, these guys they are almost at their peak. Like they are self-actualization. They are really doing what they really love. That's self-actualization. So, but the law at the base, he said, at the base here, human beings need food, shelter, water, and security. Okay, he said if they have this thing, they will live comfortably. They'll be okay. Now, in Nigeria, in the past, since the beginning of this year, people have been complaining. The prices of food have gone up, like astronomically. It has gone up, and that's why people are protesting for hunger protests, end bad governance protests, and all of that. So Nigerians are practically just, clamoring for this. Like, let's just have food to eat, because even people who are working 2-4-7, people who are working, 40 hours a week. Nigerians don't work 40 hours a week. It's a shameful thing. Like sometimes 72 hours. You go to most organizations in the southwest. You work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's 72 hours. Okay, even in other countries, people are not even doing 40 hours anymore. They are reducing it to 4 days a week. It's all over almost everywhere in the Western world. But even in Nigeria, with that 72 hours a week, people are still earning an average of 100,000 naira per month. Okay, now even with this 100k per month, they cannot even feed themselves. They can't save money, So what majority of Nigerians are saying is that, please, we just need you to regulate the prices of food. Now, here is the thing. If the north is so good with farming and all of that, with arable crops and all of that, although, like I said earlier, farming exists almost everywhere because we have a lot of very wonderful soil across the country. People grow yam almost everywhere in the country. They grow yam, they grow beans, they grow maize, in the country, in the southeast, in the southwest, in the south, and also in the north as well. So if the north centralizes on this, then we should be able to feed ourselves, coupled with the fact that we also have some other producers in each region. It can just complement it. They can bring tomato, they can bring pepper, they can bring meat, they can bring cows, they can bring milk, all of that from the north, and people will be okay. All right. Imagine if the price of rice if the price of bag of rice in Nigeria now somehow is about 87k per bag. If this thing crashes to like 30k per bag, I mean, people will be able to buy more bags and they'll be able to eat as much as they want. And it's not only rice, it's also the prices of other commodities like tomatoes, like meat, like milk, like beans, like yam. All of that will also crash. Then the purchasing power of the Naira will be up. Okay, so now here is a problem. So the guys in the north, they have already planted. The farmers in the north, they have already planted these things. Like they want to go there. They've planted and they're just waiting for the harvest to show up. Now, I'm going to show another illustration. So the farmers, they've gone to the farm, they've planted, they've added fertilizers, there's rainfall, there's sunshine and all of that. Now, for them just to go and harvest their produce, then they have a problem. Okay, so now this is their produce. Okay, this is their produce, and they're going there one day like they want to go and harvest, and then boom, these bad guys came up, and kidnappers show up, and they kidnap the farmers, and they're telling the farmers that no, give us 300 million naira, give us 700 million naira before we will release you. Okay, now if it has happened consistently and consecutively, the farmers have to pay. So if the farmers who are producing, who are supplying the north, the farm produce, if they are paying this ransom to kidnappers, what do you think is going to happen? How do you think they're going to get their money back? According to the law of demand and supply, once that kidnapping happens, supply drops. Okay, because they can't send the goods down south, they can't send the goods even to their own region as well. It becomes a problem. They cannot access their farm produce because there are terrorists there, there are kidnappers there, there are bandits there. So supply drops, and when supply drops, the produce doesn't get to the southwest, the produce doesn't get to southeast, the produce doesn't get to the northwest, it doesn't get to the northeast and other regions of Nigeria. And then the prices of those commodities go up. Okay, and that's why you say, oh, still a basket of tomato that used to sell for 30,000 naira is now 97,000 naira. Like, wow, what happened? Because the farmers who were supposed to harvest their produce in peace, bandits would not allow them to harvest those produce in peace. Now, here is another check. Nigeria, as of 2024, okay, as of 2024, Nigeria budgeted 4 trillion naira, okay, for the military. So there's 4 trillion naira for the military, for the navy, for the army, for the NSCDC, for the police force, and all of that. Now, if people who are sustaining your country, the farmers in the north and also those ones in the southeast and southwest, if the farmers could not access their farm, I mean, it's just in their own country, okay, if bandits will attack them, so why do we have this allocation for the military? What is the military doing? Why can't you protect these guys? Why can't you protect the farmers? So the solution is not opening up the border at Idiruku, let them bring the rice, or you're getting some taxes from custom. No, because the impact is trickling down to the common man, the person who is working 72 hours a week, those even who have jobs. There's some who do not even have jobs. Okay, that's why a lot of young people are doing sports betting and all of this. Okay, now if you have 4 trillion naira allocated to the military, how come you could not protect these farmers? Because the effect, it's a ripple effect. Once the farmers cannot access their farm produce, then it becomes a problem. The supply goes down. Once supply goes down, people cannot have access to food, then the prices go up. Okay, how is it hard for you? How is it hard for the military to protect these guys? Okay, this thing has been going on now for like 3 or 5 years. Sometimes in the south as well, you see cases of cows eating up people's maize farm, eating up people's cassava farm, and that's a huge problem, for the country. You can't protect these people. So why do we have the military there? So it's people are only protesting hunger protests and bad governance protests and all of that, but you have money allocated to the military. So protect these guys. It's very simple. What effrontery do bandits have that they will be flaunting on social media? They'll be sharing money on social media. They'll be making phone calls to the people, to the family of people that they kidnapped on the internet. As far as technology is very advanced right now, so something is wrong with the country. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. It's not so. Opening up the border is not the solution. So the solution is protect the farmers. Let there be security. So and farm produce will definitely come. Okay, then they can supply the people. Then once the prices of staple food crashes in Nigeria, everything else goes down. Everything else goes down. Now that's one. Now on the other side, let's look at Dangote Refinery. Nigeria is 10th largest reserve. Nigeria has the 10th largest oil and gas reserve in the world. These oil places, south, even on those states, Lagos State, some states also in the east, they are also producing oil and gas. How is it possible that you cannot supply this guy? Just supply him the petrol, because you don't need the US dollars, okay? Because right now they are selling petrol. I saw somewhere they sell like 2K per liter. I saw it on the internet, but on average maybe 1K or 800 naira per liter, okay? And we have oil and gas in our own country. Imagine that Dangote still has to go and import crude oil from the United States, as far as crossing the Atlantic Ocean. So something is wrong with our country. Something, and it's simple sense. It's either okay. I'm going to put a stop on this for now. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope that you had a great time. We would really appreciate it that you like, you share, and you comment on this video, so that we can spread the news on how to grow our country and how to have a shared prosperity among Black people around the world. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.